Hello everyone, it's Dawn here, and today we're going to be continuing with our watercolour pencils. And you may look at this painting and think, well, there's nothing more to do, and you'd be right. This is a perfectly acceptable little painting as it is, but in this little demonstration it's quite a quick one, so don't blink because you'll probably miss it. And we're going to add some shadows from the tree and from these fence posts here. Now you could just get an ordinary dark grey or a dark brown and shade them. You could use your darkest grey like that, and you could just shade them across like that. I won't do it now because we're going to do it a different way today. So as I say, we could have just shaded it across, blended it with water, and that would have been fine. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We like to be a bit different on this channel. I'm going to use, this is just a scrap of watercolour paper, and I'm using £140 or 300 GSM not surface watercolour paper, but whatever watercolour paper you use is fine, and I will link all this in the description below, so don't worry about remembering it. And what we're going to do on this scrap of watercolour paper here, this is my darkest grey, and I am just going to shade on quite loosely, as they say, a patch of this grey. This is Payne's grey in Faber Castell, but you use your darkest grey in whatever brand of pencil that you use. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to use the same as I do. And I am going to use a mauve, so any mauve or dark purple that you've got will be fine. And I'm going to put that right over the top, more or less in equal parts, so to speak. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our brush, we're going to blend it, actually on our, I suppose you call it a paper palette here, with a little water, not too much, and I would just try it out. We need to water it down a bit, so that's about the consistency we're looking for. Maybe just even a little weaker, we can always strengthen it. Just about that consistency there. And what we're going to do, from the fence posts here, we're going to paint it on, just as we would if we were using our tube colours or our pan colours. And we're just going to stroke it across like that, just to paint some shadows. So you may have to dip back into it, and as it weakens you may have to strengthen it, but you can just adjust as you go along, no problem at all. So you just stroke out like that. Now for the tree, what we're going to do, because we need to get the reflections of these leaves, so we'll start with the trunk. Ooh, that's a little bit strong, but that's all right, it'll fade out. And then what we do, rather than just shading it, what we're going to do, we're going to, let's just take that out a bit, and we're going to dab at the paper like this. So this is like the shadows of the leaves, the foliage, and it goes over the shadows of our fence posts, or some of them anyway, and that's how you create a rather realistic looking shadow. And if you think, as I do, this one is a bit too dark, just take your water and a clean brush, a cleanish brush anyway, and just blot it out. And there you have your wonderful shadows of your trees and your fence posts. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this very quick little demonstration, and that you have a go yourself. Using a scrap of paper and painting it on like this is actually quite effective, and it's good fun. So have a go yourself at painting reflections from a scrap piece of paper and your watercolour pencils. And I will see you next time. And in the meantime, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.